Hi, it's Sherri from A Quilting Life, and I'm here today to share my Potluck quilt made with our brand new Emma collection fabrics for Moda. This, as you might recognize, is an older pattern, but I've updated the pattern. I've included a baby size quilt in along with the original size that works with a layer cake. And I've also got a really fun wall hanging option to share with you that uses this pattern. So we're going to go ahead and get started. I'm going to share with you all about the new updates and the different kinds of things that you can do with this pattern. I'm super excited. Also just wanted to point out that if you haven't seen the country home quilt video yet, I do share a little bit more about the new fabrics in that video. And additionally, Chelsea and I will be filming a separate video. Not sure if that one is out yet by the time this video comes out. If it is, we'll link it, and if not, just keep your eye out for us because we'll be sharing all about that new collection. But for now, let's just dive in and talk about the new revised Potluck quilt pattern. Okay, as I mentioned, this is an older pattern of mine, but a new version of it. I am so excited to have a new and updated Potluck pattern for you. This was maybe the 8th pattern that I published when I first started my pattern company. And I originally made this quilt in Sweetwater fabrics, and then I remade it with the Swell Christmas line, and I've always wanted to make it again in my own fabrics and also just add a few something to the pattern because of the simplicity. It really makes a great baby quilt. So I'm really excited to let you know that we also have a baby quilt version directions included in this pattern, and it is so simple. This is a layer cake pattern and everything can be made using the layer cake. It just goes together so quickly. You will need some additional fabric for your sashing and your inner and outer borders and binding, but all of the chain pieced blocks, the square blocks, and even the Dresdens all are pieced from the layer cake. So I'm really, really excited about this, and also to have that baby quilt version. I wanted to point out a few different things for you with this also. If you don't want to do the Dresdens, you don't have to do the Dresdens. There are enough layer cake squares that you can substitute another print layer cake here, and that just makes it even go together more quickly. I have the 2 Dresden blocks that I've added to mine for fun, but like I said, you can substitute a layer cake square. Something else that you can do is that we do have a really fun panel that goes along with this collection. If you've already seen my country home video, you saw up close all of the different panel images. There are 8 of them. I'll just show you really quickly. But all of these panel images, other than this one with the 4 log cabins, are able to be trimmed to the size that you need to put in the Potluck pattern. Okay, so my country home pattern was specifically designed for these patterns, but as I was sewing, I realized, hey, if somebody didn't want to do the Dresden block, if they wanted to add in Be of Good Cheer, or add in my Starlight design, or the large log cabin, or if you want to put the Dresden from the panel in here instead of piecing your own too, it works beautifully. And I love that also because some of these quotes in the panel are so fun. They would be darling in the baby quilt version. So the panels don't come with the layer cakes. You would have to buy that separately if you wanted to add that in. But I wanted to point that out to you. And as I realized that, it really got me going. And I made this wall hanging. And you'll see what I did. I made 4 of these chain blocks, but I used just one fabric for them. So I used the gray fabric and I made 4 of those blocks, and then I used 5 panel images. So I used the Dresden, I used the large log cabin, I used the starlight block, and I used the timeless block. These are both from quilt patterns that I have. So this makes a really fun table topper, wall hanging. You know, you can pick your favorite 5 and put them in. This is actually going to go in my kitchen. I think it's going to be really bright and cheery with a Be of Good Cheer. So just another way to incorporate those panels along with this pattern. And just really had so much fun making this. This is the 3rd time I've made this quilt, and I've loved it every single time. Okay, that's it for my new potluck quilt in the Emma fabrics. Excited to be able to tell you that it now has a baby quilt version, and also so excited to be able to share the different ways you can use our Emma panel along with this quilt pattern, and also the little wall hanging version that I did. If you enjoyed today's video, you can share it with a friend, hit the like button, and subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. Thanks so much for stopping by.